Alright gang, Scion here. This is right here the starting format image. We're going to adjust our positioning, and as you'll see when I start playing this replay over here to the right, this is one of the top guild executions with a guild that is very similar. Now I provided all this. If you take a look on the website here, it's under the forums for normal, heroic, mythic, Hellfire Citadel, right? Fellord Zakuun. I did it also for Sokrathar. We haven't done TV yet, so I don't want to go and put up information and then be like, okay, everybody go back to the site and look at it again. Here's some more. So once we get a couple attempts on her, then believe me, it'll be there. And you can click on the link and be able to see on the right hand screen here this replay, and then also you can analyze and do a comparison off of it if you wanted to, check their rankings, etc. This is the form that they ended up using, and I think it's super strong. So DBM has this really cute feature. You, as raid leader, you can turn it on and it'll mark 4 people supposedly with these shapes above their head. Now there's one of 4 choices, and it's called the straight line method. Alright, it's 4 different methods that DBM will track and mark people. So basically an individual is going to get each one of these symbols above their head, and what they have to do is go from here or from here and run to those points. That's it. Now, for placement of pillars, what we want to make sure we're doing is trying to keep pillars in the green section here. Even across this line here is fine. You know, like we don't want one, for example, if we're standing here, but if, for example, that occurs, we're just going to step this way, and tanks will just have to come down a little bit. As we continue with that movement and we try to get it in here, using the red highlighted bad places, that's where we don't want it. So if we end up having, for example, 3 fishers end up going active, we want to stand in these as quickly as possible, 1 person, okay, and then we want to allow some sort of spike to occur in this section here consistently. Now as he goes into phase 2, he's going to run to here naturally, and then he's going to drop back, so the tanks are going to just pull him right back to their position. Tanks, every single time that you need to go into the alternate, your come out point will be right here. You want to just keep stacking it in that one spot and try to be as, you know, as close as you can place them throughout this section here, and then you can go to the other side also. For example, if it starts to become, you know, pretty crowded, I mean, at this time there should be like between 4 to 5 rotations total by the time we're flipping him into his enrage at the phase 3 start. Okay, so let's take a quick look. I'm going to activate the play over here on the right hand side, and what you're seeing now is the execution. They're going to pull the target into this section here. They're going to form the 2 pockets. So if you take a look at it now, there's our form. That's exactly how we want to look when we start the fight. Okay, and then we're going to rotate into just dealing with the mechanics as they come out. Okay, so one of the elements that I do want you to kind of see is, like, clearly that's a fisher, right, where the priest ended up going to. We'll see a couple more pop. See, boom, there they go. They're running out to the fishers. So that's what you're going to see. An individual just needs to go. One person needs to just decide and go, basically, and stand in it and be like, it's mine. And then once you have that, remember, you've got the debuff at that point. So then you have to be attentive to not get hit by waves, right? So you can see their movements. They're coming across. They're moving back and forth. But they're keeping the form of these 2 cells, basically, point A and point B. During cavitation, though, this is one of the elements that I want you to check out. If you were looking at it, see how they just took care of a couple of the different marks. They all went to where they had to go. See, that's where they marked them, back in that corner. And then as they move forward, you'll see cavitation occur, and watch how they deal with it. There it is, right there. You see it? So the cavitation was lucky. It was probably tracked on one of the people that were right here, right? So, and then look, then they just dodged out of the way of it. It's genius, really. It's really super simple, and it gives you an automatic plan that's easy for everyone to execute. We would just have to say on cavitation, you know, move right, and everybody would have to move right. Now, if you get the debuff, you're going to want to be back here. Those without the debuff need to be closer towards the boss, and pretty much during this line right here, that's where you want to look for, you know, not going any further past that, but at the same point, making sure you're between them and any of the waves as they come through. If you have any questions, please just hit me up in-game. I'll be logging in around about 7:45, 7:50 to go ahead and form up. If you get a chance to be able to view this, please share it with other players so that way they know too. Okay, appreciate it.